Shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely, lovely afternoon in which the Most High, Ahaya has made. And I, Sister Deborah, share, and I will rest therein. Just coming with a little something, you know. And just wanted to say that I'm putting out a warning today. I'm putting out a warning today. And it's very important that you take heed to what is being said. Because I myself asked the question. And if I ask a question, then it is a warning time. Why do I say that? It's because I remember the Most High approached me when I was like 17 or 18. Maybe it could have been 19. In between that time period, he said that I asked too many questions. He said, you ask too many questions. Man cannot answer. And that's when he told me he's going to be my teacher. And that is who he has been throughout my life. So I today bring a question before him because of what we're experiencing. Let me not say what we are experiencing, because you cannot experience what I have experienced, because you don't know who I am in him and who he is in me. So based on the things that he has suffered me to experience and to see and to hear, it is totally off the chain. So I said to him today, not said, I actually asked the question, why? Why Ahaya so long? Why? You all are so far in darkness, you cannot see what light even look like. You've been in darkness so long till you can't see the light. And light is the truth of the matter of all things that rest in darkness, that cannot be seen by those who sit in darkness. My question to the Most High Ahaya was, why? And why so long? You think it's a question you can answer? You think it's a question I can figure out or read? No. Because time, season, hour, minutes, days are in him and not in us. That's why we can't answer that question that lay so heavy on my heart. It's so many things going on to where I look at today and I realize that if today is worse than yesterday, if we are not in the right place today, we stand not a chance. Let me say that again, we stand not a chance tomorrow. Because there's a lot of things that had taken place yesterday. And the Father Ahaya wants you to know, today is a product of what yesterday was. Except for one thing, everything is in the light now. There's nothing hidden. There's nothing hidden. A lot of people want to search their history. A lot of people want to know why this and why that. I don't go to him for stuff like that. But the question I want to go to him for is such a powerful one, because I realize that he has suffered me to know something. And because what he has suffered me to know, it brings a question to his bosom, to his throne. And the question again is, why so long? Why? And why so long? See, we think that evil and wicked is what we are able to see and experience. But this thing is deeper than what our natural eyes can see and our natural ears can hear. And that is what a question. But when you see it for what it is, beyond what people see in the natural eyes and in the natural ears, when a higher has suffered you to see beyond that, I don't see how anyone cannot have that question. Why? And for what reason? And how long? Why so long? I say a billion. I'm going to put it out there like it is, and it's the truth. Now, the number that I'm quoting may not be the truth, but the number represent not the number itself, but how many that's lost. And this is a warning to you. Don't stand around and think you exempt. Don't stand around and think that you're not included. Don't stand around and think that you're so special that these things cannot come upon you. Don't stand around and think that. This is a warning. Because I believe what he was saying to me the other day about the animals circling around in circles. Fish in the sea is circling in a circle of motion, which that makes a lot of sense to me. They circling the earth because of what Ahaya is suffering to take place on this earth. And it's not just the United States or China or Russia. It's the whole earth. They're circling the whole earth. Okay? That's them circling. That is Ahaya's judgment. It's around the whole earth. But you know what? That don't even fear me. That don't cause me to fear. But to know the things that he has suffered me to see, and to know what I know, even today can't outweigh what he has suffered me to see. And in me can't help but say, Father, how long? Why so long? You know, we think we on our time. We think we on our ways. We think that we rule. Things rumble the way we think it should be and how we feel it's going to be. We think that power really rests in our hands and in our minds. First of all, I'd like to say to you all, China is the number one country for organs transporting, trafficking. I said organs trafficking, heavy. When I say heavy, maybe thousands in one day. Maybe thousands in one day. But the United States has a different kind of trafficking. They have the sex trafficking. And both are fully aware that the organ trafficking started way back in the 2000s. And the United States trafficking started even back then. And when I say started back then, heavy, was really getting away with it. So China was getting away with it. and the United Snakes was getting away with it. These things they've been doing for quite some time. And the sad thing about it, y'all, it don't start in the suburbs, in the city. It starts in your government system. Those that govern the state, the country itself. So I'm saying to you, just imagine the things that are taking place back into 1900s. It is a sad thing to know that they were taking organs from people, not through surgery, through slicing them and just taking them out. It is a powerful thing that sex has been on the top of the tower here in this country. And that's why people's mind is so messed up from the floor up regarding sex trafficking. And everybody want to act like it's a new game. It's something new. It's something that just started. The warning to you all is this. These things been going on for quite a long time. By the time it gets to you, if it gets to you, it's not going to matter. That's why so many things are taking place in this country and nobody's saying anything. Even Sister Deborah can get on this Deborah platform and give people the brightest light possible for them to see. And that is spirit and truth. You won't get them to hear it. You won't get them to understand it. That's how heavy the darkness is. China was taking practitionaries, people who went to school to be, doctors, locking them up. They had to been young, fresh out of college or in college. Thousands and thousands. And taking their organs and selling them. Their kidneys and their lungs. That's why both the China and the United States, they're hand in hand in everything they do. Because the level of wickedness, both of them are fully aware that they partake in this. Every type of wicked and evil and crime always starts with our government system. Those that it is said holds the laws of the land or makes the laws of the land. But those laws don't apply to them because they have their separate laws. And the laws in which they have for the people don't apply to them, nor can it. If you think about all those young Negro females and males, it's getting to that point. It's not getting, it's the same. It ain't no different. Sex trafficking. Never to return home. Never made it back home. Think about all those people who organs was taken from them. And then I thought about the young girl that was at that hotel and how they found her body in the freezer, but she didn't have her organs. You all don't get it, do you? That's how easy it is. That's how easy it is. I heard people that's on death row, they make sure they were staying on death row, so when they died, they took their organs. That's over in China. But you can't say that over here is any different. They were sex trafficking. This country started sex trafficking, and they still sex trafficking. That's why they don't come down on our Negro girls, women that are missing, because a lot of it is a part of the system. They're involved in it. One minute you hear about it, next minute you don't hear anything. That's how deep the power is that's involved in all of that. And I want to say to you, anything that has to do with sex, it would have to be a demonic, wicked devil getting his kicks off. That's it. Why must you say that, devil? It's connected to pain. Pain is what they seek. Pain is what they gain. Pain is what they look for in this sex trafficking. That's the only thing I can think of, is pain and control. Imposing pain and control. And it's been going on a long time in this country. The high elites even got a day. I don't know if it's every year or every 3 years. I think it's every 3 years. I don't know, when they all get together and they go in this island. And yes, you see blue eyes, blonde hair, children. You see all kind of stuff they do on that island. The world knows about it. The world knew about China taking all those students and locking them up, thousands and taking them whenever organ is needed, taking them, killing them, putting them in prison, taking them, killing them, and taking their organs. Everybody knows. That's why I say, Father Ahaya. When I used to sit back and think about how they used to lynch and hang our men on a tree, and how they would even burn them up. How could they even stand there and do that? How could they even stand there to see a person moving, trying to get just one more little breath? How could you, what is going on in you that you can't feel that? You can't feel that wrong or that sorrow. Because everybody thinking, everybody have feelings, and they are compassion, and they know how to be sorry and forgiving. It's not in the nature, you guys. It's not in the nature. It's not in their nature to have any compassion or any feeling toward what they do. Same thing with sex trafficking. It's about power and control. It is not about a good sexual feeling, so don't get that bent. They want to make it seem like it's about sex, but it's about power, pain, and control. That's it. That's it. That's all they want out of it. And that's a horrible game, to take something from somebody, to even take their lives after you're done, just because you want power, control, and you want to impose pain. A lot of people wouldn't even think of it. They thinking sex. Everybody wants sex. I realized that this was a long time ago. It's nothing in it that people have portrayed. There's nothing in it. That's why men can disperse their sperms, ejaculate, because they can do it without a woman. You see what I'm saying? So why rape, molest, why destroy people, bodies? Why kill people? Because of your sex, you thinking it's a sex desire. No, y'all, this thing is just like he said, not flesh and blood. This is wicked and evil. This is spirits in high places that's causing the flesh of humans to portray a role in the world, put a name to it. And then Satan get off, him and his demon, they get off and go on their way, and they bring this upon another, cause others. So a lot of wicked and evil that's going on, and a lot of things that's connected to sex itself is just a scapegoat. A lot of it's just wicked and evil in its highest. A lot of people wouldn't even understand what he said. This is not, you don't war against flesh and blood, because when it all said and done, it ain't got nothing to do with flesh and blood. It's got to do with the ones that want to gain power from what they're doing. They want to impose pain and do everything in opposite of a higher. Anything that's unrighteous, they all for it. So my questions again, as I said earlier, to the Most High or higher. Why have these people gotten away with all this at its highest, and here we are again, the Father Yah. Here we are in the year 2022, and you still allowing them to do greater than what they were doing in time past. How long? I don't see nothing in it. I don't see anything that could come out of the type of evil that's on the earth and wicked. The type of evil and wicked. I don't see where the gain is at. I don't see where it could be anything that someone could continue to live to gain out of. It's just that deep. So the question again is to the Father, to the Creator. Why? I guess the question is, why allow people to do this type of thing to the human body in which you created? Why? Why allow them to continue to hurt and destroy, and no one are held accountable? And now y'all got to understand where Sister Deborah's coming from. They were killing thousands, as it was said, a day. They didn't went a little lower, but I heard they back up again. Stealing, destroying, beating them, and they weren't putting them to sleep. They were taking their organs out. And they've been doing it for so many years, you guys. And the Father saw it all. He saw all the times that we as a nation of people were hung on trees and set on fire and all kind of other sick things done to us, but he didn't move. He didn't move. He didn't blink an eye, y'all. He didn't blink an eye. And when man blinked the eye, they were destroyed. That's why I'm saying, wait a minute, Father, something wrong with this. The reason why evil have gotten to the level of where it's the number one thing in this world today, in the whole world today, is because it has gotten away with it. there has never been a consequence. So you all might think, oh yeah, when this person killed this person and they gave them life or they gave them death sentence. But let me tell you, baby, even then they get an extra 20 years on their life. My thing is, when I say to the Father, how long? Why? It's really asking, like he said, I asked, he said, you ask question man can't answer, only I. So this question I still put before him, and I'm hoping, I ain't gonna hope it too much because I know that he will bring me revelation in it all. Because I just was in the water and I said, wait a minute. All of this stuff starts in the government system, you guys. The one who gets away with it and started it and continuing it, and nobody saying a word. The government system is also a system of the elites. Likewise, same thing. The Catholics is one of the number one on the total poll. It's a system, y'all. And here we are in the year 2022. And the Father has taught me many things in the wilderness. But this is a question I bring upon him. Why create from the heavens all things and see it as it is before it is, and allow it to continue? He knows what I'm talking about. He knows I'm asking him a question the man can't answer, and the only one can answer is him. That's something I would love to know. I would love to know. Because if he's seen all of this, and he's seen beyond Sister Deborah, and I'm seeing a pin needle of all this that's out here, because he's suffering me to see it. But I'm looking at this here and I'm like, okay, Father, these heathens and Gentiles, even the Hebrew Israelites, been getting away with so much darkness. And this darkness is higher than just the word darkness, you guys. That's another thing I say as a warning. Stop thinking when somebody say darkness, it just meaning the night. Oh, baby, this is the highest of evil and wicked. When sisters say darkness and evil and midnight. Oh, it's the highest of evil that one can behold and be able to live. When I say midnight and night and darkness, it's the highest of evil and wicked that you can behold. But there's a greater one beyond that. And that is to be able to see yesterday and see today and see tomorrow. But you're living in today that's so close to tomorrow. And you wonder, how could a creator have allowed things to be the way that it is? He knows what I'm saying. He knows what I'm saying. I'm putting it before him. And as a warning to you, any and everything, anything can happen. So don't exclude yourself. Don't put yourself in bright light to where you think darkness cannot interfere. Don't do that. Because I still, as a prophetess in the wilderness, that's learned in the wilderness through the Ruach HaKodesh, still, there's a question that still rests within me right today. And it's going to be with me tomorrow too, until the Father come and give me the revelation of it all. And that question is, why? If he had not have given me the fullness of what took place before the foundation of the world, then I probably wouldn't even have the right to ask him why. and how long, you know? Well, because I know that everything was orchestrated from that level, my questions before the Father is, why? And it's been like this, you guys, for a long time. But what is happening, he is allowing the light, it to come to light. And this is why you're starting to see it. But to know what it was in the darkness, it will blow your mind. It will blow your mind. So don't exclude yourself. This is a warning. Take heed. Take heed. Because I thought them with the shot and the virus, the fake thing, all of that. Oh no, he ain't gonna let them get too far for that. But let me tell you something. Them horses were released. Heavens had released all that stuff to take place, y'all. And the warning to you today is this. China already started the lie. And their people are already protesting because they're locking them down worse than they locked them down 2 years ago. And they're using this virus. The people are back in masks and they're locking them down big time. The people trying to fight back. For people that been doing organ trafficking and using their people, their practitionary, I think that's what they call them. You know, when you a doctor, you go to school, and I mean thousands of them, thousands and thousands, taking them under, locking them in prison, in a special place, y'all, and taking their organs to make sure they have a supply. They ain't taking them, oh, we gonna go down and get you and take your, They making sure they have a supply. What is this going on? See, some underground stuff is being taken place. But guess what? The question still is in Sister's spirit. Father, why? You created these bodies and everything they're in. Is it that easy for a wicked and evil to have that greater power to go in and destroy people? And then you look at this country here, it's no different. This stuff is going on all around the world. And a lot of people think that stuff is or tradition, and what I'm talking about now is how they got these over in these other countries, Iran and Iraq, where they got these women, got their whole body covering their eyes, the only thing you could see, walking around, you know, they're walking around, I had to cut off that line there, in secret. And the part that bothers me, but y'all all in black. You see stuff like that? That's showing you the minds of their men over there is gone. And a lot of things people are trying to do out of tradition, it's more wicked and evil as anything else on this earth. All of that stuff is wicked and evil. Because if people can kill, take organs, sex trafficking, murder, and do all the things that they're doing, and no one says a word, not even the Most High, don't move a finger. Why should I follow a tradition of man? When these people are portraying the way that they are portraying, I look at the Hebrew Israelite men, wicked of the highest level of wicked in the midnight hour. That's how I see it. So how is it that I'm going to listen to them? Why should I listen to them? They have not even listened to their own creator. But I'm going to listen to them tell me how to do this and do this, to follow this and follow this. No, I'm not hearing that. because everything that was is. Everything is was. Everything's about to happen. It is finished in a higher. So when I came out of my mother's womb, is the way I would go into the grave. Naked I came and naked I go. So he do not want me to get caught up in all these traditions that man has set. And I think he's trying to take me there, you guys. I think he's trying to take me there. And why he has not done anything. Because he said, now, I never wanted you to get intact or get under the traditions of man. Because they are, Deborah, the traditions of evil and wicked. And he's not saying just China. He's not saying just the United States. We know that the Catholics are on the tip top. We know the elites are up there as well. And we know that other countries are connected. Iran sits low key, but I know where they're at. Because a lot of things us women over here don't understand. While you wrapping your head, trying to wear the longest thing to wrap your neck and all the way down to the floor. Use a food. Use a straight up food. These are traditions of man. If a higher thought for 1 minute he needed you wrapped from head to top, he wouldn't have put Adam and Eve in the garden naked. So stand down and stop climbing. See, no, a lot of people wouldn't even pay that any attention. That's what Sister Deborah say. If you miss Genesis 1 and 2, you'd have missed the whole thing, the whole book. What would be in the mind of the one that created to put them in there with no clothes? If man can come with a tradition and say that he wants you with this, you got to wrap your head. You wrap your head. Matter of fact, if you can find something to wrap your eyes, do it. You got one breath. It's going to come and it's going to go. And if you want to let that breath be under the control of a flesh of a man, you go right ahead. And that's what I love about the Most Higher. Just coming up as a little girl and just coming up. I wasn't a disobedient child. I obeyed my mother and my father. Wasn't a bad kid at all. But I was just one that didn't take no mess. And I didn't care who it was. You see, no matter where I go and where I been, I just wasn't nobody to take no mess. And I guess that's something he had sealed in me. And that's why he has taught me much in the wilderness. He knew I would have questions. And I got that question because, hey, I don't see it like you all see it. I don't care about how you all see things. It doesn't mean anything to me because you don't see the light. You don't see what is rightly being shown to me of what it looks like in the dark. You see? Ye though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. This thing is real, you guys. This thing is real. Why? Because thy wrath and thy staff, they comfort me. That's right. That's right. Only one gonna comfort me in this walk is Ahia and nothing else. They're gonna bring out another. Matter of fact, maybe more than one. A lot of chaos is gonna hit the land. And a lot of people gonna go right back in, trusting the highest level of wicked and evil on the face of the earth. Man, their wicked system, their evil system. And we're going to go in it looking for them to heal the system, to correct the system. You got a lot of Negro men right now talking about Republicans and Democratic. Those are people who ain't awakened, y'all. And when I mean awakened, I'm talking about awakened spirit. Everything you have to check with, make sure you check with it. If you're going to ride with it, you got to ride with it either one way or the other. Okay? Is it awakened in the natural or awaken in the spirit. So every time you hear of awaken, you got to be able to measure that awaken. Is it in the natural or is it in the spirit? Okay. And most likely in this day and time, 99.9 is awakening or awakened in the flesh, in the natural, and they have not awakened in the spirit. But Sister Deborah says to you all, there's going to be a lot of death that's coming in the year 2023. There's going to be a lot of death. I heard this one guy say, if you got somebody that's teaching you the spiritual things, you better do right by them. You better try to hold on to them. Because he said something that was powerful, and I was like, who is he? But how did he do? So I guess he can know too, huh? He said, because of what about to come, you're going to wish you had somebody. And that's where the people is messed up and going to get messed up. Because everybody thinking it's going to be like the last down. It's going to be a down, but it's going to be a different kind of down. It's going to be a more evil and wicked behind it. Even wicked can't be more. It is. But what I mean is the way we're going to feel it, the way we're going to see it, the way we're going to have to embrace ourselves, our families, our friends, and people we are detached to. We're going to have to embrace them a different way because of what is about to happen. It's going to make you not even feel good about anything at all. So when you wondering why them animals is circling around, keep on playing with it. Keep on playing with stuff like that. That stuff is real. That stuff is real. It is the sign of my Father. And my question is still before him. After realizing that the way people are killing and murdering and destroying and brutalizing and everything everybody's doing in the whole world is off the chain. And I'm saying to the Father, wait a minute, hold up, Father, y'all. Hold up. What's going on? What's going on? My question to him is, why allow it to be the way that it is? And how long? I mean, it's just like, how long? What else do it have? What else has to happen? So what that's going back to what I'm saying. He's kind of giving me the answers, even as I speak, because just thinking, how long and what else has to happen? Whatever that is, let me tell you something. Sister Deborah is going to be 6 foot under, because if it's worse than what I've already seen in the light, and like I said, if I said 1 billion people ain't seen what Sister Deborah have seen, 1 billion. Okay, I'm just going to tell you like it is. So if it has to be any worse than what it is or what it was, you mean to tell me something coming worse than that? Y'all better watch yourself. You better know that this thing ain't got nothing to do with your flesh. Now it even makes sense. Okay, I hear you trying to get to me, Father. Because if it ain't got nothing to do with the flesh, my flesh shouldn't be whirring up. Because I should know that this is a war between the spirit. But how long is the spirit going to get away with destroying the flesh, and the flesh too ignorant to behold any of it? I mean, just so much. It's so many questions that's I can speak on. And don't think I'm asking you the question, because baby, you ain't got the answer. Believe me, you ain't got the answer. The Father told me when I was a teenager, in my late teens, you ask too many questions man can't answer. But I'm going to be your teacher. I thought it was funny, but I love the fact that he is. That's why I can ask my teacher questions, and it's still okay. And guess what? He always gave me the answer. But what I've seen that has taken place in days Why are we calling this the worst? That's what I'm saying. That's going back to what I was saying, how he teaches me. I'm allowed to see into the light of yesterday. And I'm trying to figure out, well, wait a minute. If that's yesterday, well, what is today? If it ain't as worse as, to me, today is cutting up. But when you look into yesterday, you see today. You see the product of yesterday today. So it's like, okay, what more can it be, Father, y'all? What more time do we need to make it worse than what it is? See, only one can answer that is him. So one thing he does is he come in my spirit and he deal with me on that level. Then he showed me in the instruction book. And again, if I didn't have any children and it was just me, I think I could deal with it better. I think I could deal with it better. Not to say, Father, take them out of the way so I can deal with it better. He knows that's not what I mean. He knows my feelings. He knows what I'm talking about. But to see in the light, y'all, you guys, you don't understand where I'm coming from. To see in the light, the clearness of yesterday and today. And know that it's going to get worse than either yesterday and today put together is what we got to face going forward. So Sister Deborah asked the question, whose side are you on? Know whose side you're on. Even if you don't know, you're going to find it out. You're going to find it out. Realizing they've been taking lives of people like it's nothing. And ain't nobody said nothing. Ain't nobody done nothing. Ain't nobody spoke. And I realized that this is, I believe, without a doubt, the dumbest country on the face of the earth. The dumbest of the dumbest on the face of the earth. And that's why the elites use this country as a crutch. And that's why the Catholics also use this country to hide behind and to hide in. Oh, yes. They did a lot of things. They did a lot of things. Even me, myself, I wonder, the system, it's got to be bigger than this country here. So that's another little something that Ahia is going to bring to me, because Babylon, let me tell you something, is bigger than this United States, y'all. Don't let nobody tell you that. Our Babylon is bigger than this United States. We got bent all up and down believing that. That's why I say you hear the studies of men out of their flesh and their flesh understanding. But Sister Deborah come to you in spirit and truth. Coming to you from the wilderness. That in which I was taught from that level. Babylon system is bigger than the United States. United States had to be, like I say, the crutch for the synagogue of Satan, and the hands for the elites. See, United States played a lot of role. A lot of role in evil and wicked. If he's going to bring down Babylon and just it be United States, that's not it. Y'all, I'm sorry, that's not it. Because all the ones that ate from her and drunk from her are greater than her herself. Oh, that's powerful. I'm speaking of in the wilderness, being taught from that level. The evil and wicked goes beyond this country, y'all. Matter of fact, it's powerful than the United States. The United States is where many has eaten from it, and it has hid her for so long, to all have drunk from her, the wicked and evil. But yet everyone that has drunk from her is like unto her. It's like unto her. This is where you know something wrong. I'm going to go on and share this with you. This is where you know something wrong with that picture. If you take down the United Snakes, it does not take down the power of evil and wicked. So what's the deal? It has to be bigger than the United Snakes, because it's going to cause the Father to come down. Praise the mighty Yah. That's how deep it is. And that's why I say to y'all, be careful in how y'all let these Hebrew Israelite men and women manipulate you all, because this thing is bigger than them. And I, Sister Deborah, let Ahia be your teacher from your inside out, not from your outside in. See, when I say the outside in, that means I on the outside is teaching you who he is to me. You don't want that. You want to know him from your inside of your spirit, where he abide out. So get to know him from that level, because the outside is going to lie to you 24/24. So therefore, you wants to know him personal, like Sister Deborah says she knows him, how she's gotten to know him since she was 4 years old. He's been dealing with me from the inside, not the outside. But that's one thing right there. Might be he's giving me the answer. That's probably what he's doing. I don't know. But I do know this, that wicked and evil is bigger than and greater than the United Snakes. We as Hebrew Israelites thinking, oh, we waiting for Babylon, and he's going to do this and he's going to do that. He says he's going to take down the nations that were also who have enslaved us and has done things to us. And what I believe, we as a weak-minded nation of people, we ain't gripped spirit and truth because we refuse to hear the prophets of Yah. We wants to hear knuckleheads on this devil platform clowning, because they want to say they somebody, you see. And the truth be told, the honest truth of the whole matter is Babylon has to be bigger than the United Snakes. It has to be bigger than the United Snakes. I'm coming from Iran. I'm coming from China. No. Those are the hidden ones. I'm coming from Israel in Jerusalem. I'm coming from that angle too, to those who are under the ground there, who got a world underground there. I'm coming from that angle too, from the elites. United Snakes is the crutch for all of those that has been up using her to do their dirty work. This Babylon is bigger than United Snakes. It's bigger than that. And it's a sad thing that we as call ourselves a nation awakening, we have taken on to believe that it's bigger than that, y'all. It's way bigger than that. Because the evil and wicked in my spirit, the way I'm seeing it and I understand it, is beyond the United Snakes, y'all. United Snakes is just a cover up. It is just the crutch. The crutch. You know how you have a broken leg, you need a crutch? That's what this country has been for the elites and the synagogue of Satan. But they have been the crutch for all the wicked and evil that's on the face of the earth. That's why the Father is coming down. He ain't, baby, y'all don't let nobody tell you they coming down to war, because the Father's going to war with Satan. Don't ever let nobody tell you that the Father's going to war with Satan. Satan respects the Father right today. What makes you think that he's setting up to war with the Father? He already know he's going to the lake of fire. So he already know he lost. You see what I'm saying? The war has to be the power and control over the people who taking his side. He's warring to get as many as possible to go to the lake of fire on his side. That's the only war I can see. Before it's him trying to step into the Father, no, he ain't. He know who the Father is. We just too dumb to know it. You think he don't fear the Father? You crazy as I don't know what. So he is not preparing the war as we've been taught. The war is finished. I already come to know that. Because when he teach you from the other end what took place before the foundation of the world, you learn that he already defeated all things. Victory is mine, said the Most High, higher. So what makes you think that he's going to come here and war down for you and I as if he's warring against something when he created all things? You see? So my questions go back. How long and why? Why? You see? I got that question. I might not get that answer, but I'm going to hold on and wait on him to give me that. So I, Sister Deborah, is not going to hold you any longer, but I will be back at 7 p.m. Central Time. And I'd like to say thank you for joining me on this early afternoon live. And I will be back. I will. And I say shalom and shalom. I don't even know how I cut this off on my phone. I'm doing this on my phone and I don't even know